Before the invention of the metal whistle, referees used handkerchiefs to signify fouls. But in 1884, the game changed. And the company that made the metal whistles used back then is still making them today. Overseen by manager Simon Topman.
Morning, Jake. How's it going? You cutting all the
Some of the
wires off?
Birmingham-based company's whistles have turned up in the most unusual places, even on the Titanic.
Our whistles turn up everywhere. In January 1912, we had an order from White Star Lines to supply 30 whistles for use on the Titanic. So our whistles were used to marshal people into the lifeboats in those last moments of that ship.
But they've had some happy times too.
Appearing in FA or Rugby Cup finals. We've played our part in important events. There's few companies can say that.
Each whistle costs £10. They're made from brass, an alloy of copper and zinc, and the metal of choice for wind instruments due to its excellent acoustic properties. And what's a whistle if not a wind instrument? They get through 800 kilometers of this brass strip a year, but it's too tough to cut by hand. The answer, an 80-ton press. And luckily, a whistle only needs 3 parts, which the press knocks out like clockwork. The back, side, here, they're now using the power of electricity to deposit bright, shiny nickel onto the brass. It's done by the steady hands of Ray Stowe, who's been whistle making for over 25 years.
Why we nickel plate them is to cover the soldering, and also nickel is a natural brightener and it will level and you end up with a nice bright nickel plated whistle.
To plate the whistles, an electric current is passed between 2 electrodes in a nickel solution. When the power is turned on, the electric current passes between the positive electrode and the negative one, which the whistles are attached to. The negatively charged whistles now attract positively charged nickel ions from the solution. In this way, the brass whistles are coated in a thin layer of bright, wear-resistant nickel.
These have just been in there for under a minute, but already you can see the nickel is starting to coat over the brass, and in 25 minutes, next time we pull them out, they will be fully bright.
Now they're as clean as, well, a whistle. But how does a whistle make noise? Aerodynamics. When you blow a whistle, the air is sent swirling around the barrel-shaped chamber. When it tries to escape through the slot at the top, it has to fight through air being blown in. This creates thousands of tiny spinning vortices of air every second, and these produce the whistle's high-pitched sound. But it still isn't shrill enough to be heard above 50,000 screaming fans producing 90 decibels of noise. The answer, one final magic ingredient in the form of a cork ball. First added by Joseph Hudson in 1884, the ball swirls around inside the whistle's chamber, blocking and unblocking part of the exit slot. This gives the whistle its attention-grabbing warble. But to cram a ball into a whistle requires Colin Knight and his steamer, just like one you'd cook your dinner in.
These corks are just steamed with pure tap water. It makes them softer and they're easier to put into the whistle.
Whistle corked, it's ready to blow. Colin has to test each one.
I test these whistles on an air hose.